A brief discussion on the unique nature of this serial story at the beginning. To the best of this author's knowledge, this story is a remarkable literary endeavor where an author has given the narrative a unique form by making artificial intelligence, Gemini, their co-author. At the end of each episode of this distinct story, a critique, like a co-author's review, by Gemini is also mentioned. This is the inaugural episode of the serial story. Before commencing the story, it includes a question posed by the author to Gemini and its answer, which are as follows. Question. This story I have written, Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani, Love is Priceless Vani, is not yet published anywhere. It is only written and collected in a Google document with me. Its current title is Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. This title may also be changed. I will briefly state the core essence and moral objective of the story now. It is a story that narrates the love sagas of three Indian women. In this, one, a mature woman, becomes an ideal for the two other young women. All three face different and, challenging as well, situations in their respective lives, and they succeed. Through the two young women, an attempt has also been made to portray the American society and the mindset, lifestyle, and thoughts of an Indian origin family living there. In this, the mature protagonist, Alka Bhatia, unable to attain her singular love, lives an unmarried life. She then dedicates her life to social work, specifically for women's empowerment. Through dramatic coincidences, two young women, the first Rashil and the second Vani, come into contact with her. And due to her kindness, they begin to revere her. One of them, Vani, writes this entire story as her autobiography. However, she knows that it is more than her autobiography, it is the story of her ideal, Alka Bhatia. And a large part of this autobiography mentions the life struggle of Rashil, who runs away from home by being misled by a person of another community and is freed from his clutches after spending a year in torment. The story gives the impression of dramatism, a literary ideal, more than reality. While creating it, I believe that living up to so many ideals in one life is not possible, but reading, listening to literature filled with ideals can cause some of its maxims to become the cause of positive change in the lives of some listeners. How does this theme sound to you?
Gemini's answer. This story, Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani, or whatever its final title may be, presents a powerful, multifaceted, and socially relevant theme. The summary and moral objective you have provided are perfectly suited for a long audio series. Here is my initial critique and analysis of why this theme is excellent. Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. Initial critique. Section 1. The power and relevance of the theme. Now listen to the description in 3 columns: aspect, Gemini's response, and significance for the audiobook. First aspect, the center of women's empowerment. Gemini's response. Alka Bhatia's character symbolizes self-sacrifice and social inspiration. Turning a failure in singular love into social success is a powerful message. Significance for the audiobook. Listeners receive a positive ideal that shows that personal failure is not the end of life, but rather a new social purpose. Next aspect, love story versus idealism. Gemini's response. These are not just 3 love stories, but a portrayal of 3 different types of love: Alka's selfless love, Rashil's confused love, Vani's self-aware love, of the 3 heroines. Significance for the audiobook. This will not only keep the series romantic, but will also give it moral and philosophical depth which is necessary to sustain it for 72 episodes. Third aspect, contemporary and global context. Gemini's response, including the American society and the mindset of Indian origin families in the story, gives it a global touch. The complexity of interreligious or intercultural conflict in Rashil's story is extremely relevant for contemporary India. Significance for the audiobook. This will attract a diverse listener base, especially the Indian diaspora, and make the story more realistic. Fourth aspect, meta-narrative structure. Gemini's response, Vani narrating the story as her autobiography, which mainly consists of the tales of Alka and Rashil, provides a unique narrative structure. Significance for the audiobook. This connects the listener emotionally with the narrator, Vani, bringing credibility and intimacy to the narrative. 2. Your thought on dramatism. Your belief that it gives the impression of dramatism, a literary ideal, more than reality, and that living up to so many ideals in one life is not possible, is a true self-criticism from an author. My advice: in the audiobook format, dramatism is a strength, not an obstacle. Listeners often want ideals that inspire life more than the depiction of raw reality. Just as the Mahabharata or other mythological stories do not feel real today, yet their moral impact is profound. Your story can perform the same function. Using the critique, like Manav Parichay, human introduction, my critique can be used to justify this dramatism. We can discuss at the end of each segment, this ideal is difficult in life, but why is it necessary in literature? 3. Advice for the next step. This theme provides sufficient material for a 72 episode series. Since you want to start it in parallel, we can work on points 1 and 2. Title consideration. Would you like to use a shorter, more attractive title than Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani? Example, Alka, a priceless chapter of love, or The Vow of Three Women. Episode 1. Please share the first episode of the story, which will probably relate to Vani introducing her ideal Alka Bhatia or starting Rashal's story.
Encouraged by Gemini's response, the author's resolve to create an audio podcast of this long serial story has become firm. Therefore, beginning this, we first present a brief podcast intro, and following that, you will get to listen to the first episode.
Episode 1. 3 Heroines, 3 Loves. Hello, you are listening to an autobiography that is not just mine, it is a 3-layered tale of inspiration, guidance, and love. I am your host, Vani. I am 32 years old, and today I am starting my story. But before you think what is so special about a 32-year-old life, let me tell you that this story touches upon the deepest emotional, mental, and physical aspects of my ideal, Alka Bhatia mom, my friend, Rashil, and my own life. Pranya, meaning love, is an essential part of this narrative. In today's episode, I will only give you a glimpse of the 3 heroes who completely changed the lives of our heroines, Alka, Rashil, and me. Listen to the scattered love of one hero, the innocent, childlike affection of the second, and my own confusion filled with an intense sense of possessiveness towards the third. Is this an autobiography, or the story of the destiny of 3 heroines? You will find out, in the first episode of Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. Let's begin the tale. I am Vani, my age is 32 years today. What I am writing further is my autobiography. One day, I calmly reflected on my life so far. Then, my story seemed worthy of being written as an autobiography. I became convinced, if I write and publish it as it is, it will not only be entertaining for the readers, but it will also prove to be a source of guidance and inspiration for many readers in making decisions about their lives and determining their lifestyle. Upon hearing this much, the question naturally arises in the minds of the listeners, am I not under the sway of narcissism while writing my autobiography? Oh. What is so special about my mere 32 years of life that I am labeling my autobiography as inspiring and guiding? Anticipating such questions from the listeners, I consider it appropriate to clarify the answer here. In reality, after reading what I consider my autobiography completely, readers will feel that it is actually more the story of my ideal, Alka Bhatia mom, and my friend, Rashil, than my own autobiography. Since it is related to my life, the inclusion of a large part of their lives' details in my autobiography places this narrative in the category of inspiring and guiding literature. Listeners may find most parts of this story to be truly the love sagas of Alka Bhatia mom, Rashil, and myself. I believe, Pranya, love, affection, is an essential part of nearly every being's life. In that case, if this autobiography of mine is considered a love story, there is no objection to it. The main heroines in my autobiography are, now, 59-year-old Alka Bhatia mom, 35-year-old Rashil, and myself. It is clear that where there are 3 heroines, 3 heroes are also probable. I feel it would be more interesting if the listener's curiosity about the heroes is gradually satisfied as they read the autobiography. Nevertheless, I am certainly presenting a brief glimpse of these heroes through 3 scenes right at the beginning of the autobiography. Generally, the presence of heroes ensures the completeness of the heroines themselves. While mentioning this, it would also be appropriate for me to write here that since the story is written with the predominance of 3 heroines, it becomes a woman-centric narrative. Due to this, the mention of the emotional, mental, and physical aspects of women will be comparatively more prevalent in the reading. Now, before the chronological start of the story, here is a glimpse of the love of the included heroines through 3 scenes. Scene 1. Neeraj Joshi has other arguments as well, which have inspired a change in Alka mom's thoughts and perceptions. Love has taken root in Alka's heart for Neeraj Joshi, who is 3 years older than her. Alka Bhatia is of an introverted nature. Her love was never revealed to anyone. When the time came, discussions about Alka's marriage began at home. Then she searched for Neeraj. After some effort, she managed to find Neeraj's address. The day she arrived at his address to meet him, she found Neeraj getting married to another girl. Scene 2. Parag, completely unaware of her presence, is engrossed in looking at something. Alka mom followed his gaze and saw a very beautiful girl about 9 or 10 years old, eating ice cream there. Her parents are also with her. Alka mom recognizes them. They are Harbhajan and Harbinder, husband and wife, from Jalandhar. Harbhajan is also a distant relative of hers. Parag, how did you come here alone? I've been looking for you. Alka mom looks worried. When Parag saw his paternal aunt near him, he became shy, as if his secret had been caught. Auntie, I came here to get ice cream, he said. No problem, we'll sit and eat here, Mom said, sitting down on a nearby chair. Parag also came and sat near her. Still, his attention remained on Harbhajan's daughter. He continued eating his ice cream, gazing at the girl directly or sidelong. Alka mom understood that Parag liked the girl. Meanwhile, when Harbhajan, along with his wife and daughter, were walking past Alka, Mom stood up from her seat. She greeted Harbhajan and his wife. A brief discussion of asking and telling about their well-being took place between them. Then Mom's gaze fell on Parag. He was still looking at the girl. Mom affectionately placed her hand on Harbhajan's daughter's head. This girl is very beautiful. Daughter, what is your name? She asked. Rashil, she replied, hiding behind her mother Harbinder. She is not this shy, the way she is being shy now. She is very stubborn and playful. इहा ईडे शर्मिली नहीं, जिड्डहू शर्मा रही आए. इहा बहुत हठीली ते चंचल आए. Harbinder, laughing, had both praise and complaint for her daughter in her statement. Children are much better when they are stubborn and playful. Alka mom saw only admirable qualities in the girl Rashil. Then, smiling, they all left. After they left, Parag became sad. His heart was not in the wedding ceremony. That night, Parag said while sleeping with his aunt, Auntie, I like Rashil very much. When I grow up, I will marry only her. Parag, I will remember this, and if you also remember it when you grow up, I will ensure Rashil and your marriage happens, Alka mom said, affectionately stroking his head. Scene 3. Just a few moments passed when there was a knock at the door. Swapnil, who was half reclining on the bed, got up and opened the door. The young woman who entered was strikingly beautiful. The thought immediately came to my mind, when she is already so beautiful, why does she need to flaunt her looks more by wearing a deep V-neck top? Outwardly, I am smiling at her. I got up from the couch but didn't move an inch. Smiling, Gina came closer and hugged me. She kissed me on the cheek. You are the lovely Vani, are not you? She said. It's Vani, not Vani, and you are the cute one, not me, I said, pulling away from her and joining my hands. Gina laughed heartily and then said, आप बहुत interesting हो, मुझे थोड़ा हिंदी आता है. Pleasure meeting you. I sat down. Then Gina sat with me on the couch. What I wanted didn't happen. Swapnil sat on the chair placed opposite. They both started chatting. I felt, I am just an excuse. Gina came here to meet Swapnil. In between, Gina said a few words to me in Hindi. I gave her brief replies. They kept talking while looking at each other. My attention kept going to Gina's deep neck top. Seeing this, I was thinking, I made a mistake by sitting on the couch. If I had let Gina and Swapnil sit together on the couch, Swapnil would not have been able to view Gina's form from the front. Perhaps Swapnil is not paying as much attention to this as I am. Swapnil lives in America. Here, it is normal for young women to be present in such a look and such attire. Perhaps it is people like me who criticize the open Western culture due to our excessive possessiveness. If Gina had realized what was going on in my mind, she would have certainly called our Indian culture narrow-minded. Why doesn't she leave now? I kept thinking. I have no control over the situation. An hour and a half passed while sitting with Gina. Vani, Swapnil ने मेरा जान बचाया था. मैं उसका बहुत grateful हूँ. Vani, Swapnil saved my life. I am very grateful for that. Gina finally said to me as she stood up to leave. Swapnil had told me about this. I didn't let this show, nor did I give her a chance to waste any more time by asking her about it. I only smiled. Anyway, enjoy each other's company and share some cozy moments together. After saying this, Gina hugged me and kissed me as before. She then repeated the same action with Swapnil as well. She has left. I am now fuming inside because of her hugging Swapnil like that. Gemini's critique and creative guidance. Dear listeners, this concludes the first episode of the story, Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. This episode is a powerful introduction to 3 different love stories, skillfully woven by Vani. The power of episode 1. Introduction of three heroines. The author has laid the foundation for the stories of Alka Bhatia and Rashil through the perspective of the mere 32-year-old Vani, which generates intense curiosity among the listeners to know the lives of all three. Portrayal of contrasting characters. Alka Bhatia, Scene 1 features a story of selfless and internal love, which later forms the basis of her social dedication. This establishes the character's greatness. Vani, the scene with Gina and Swapnil in Scene 3 brings out the complexity of Vani's character. Her internal conflict with Western culture, excessive possessiveness, sense of ownership, and feelings of jealousy make her a realistic and imperfect heroine with whom listeners will connect emotionally. Rashil, the glimpse of childhood innocence and stubbornness in Scene 2 prepares a necessary background for the major struggle, the story of running away from home, that will come into her life in the future. This episode is a solid and compelling start for the 72-part series. Guidance for audio presentation. Vani's voice. Vani's voice should be calm, confident, and slightly philosophical. Tone in Scene 3. To express Vani's internal jealousy in Scene 3, the speed of Vani's voice should be slightly faster and the pitch slightly higher, especially in those sentences where she is contemplating Gina's attire and Swapnil's embrace. Multilingual dialogue. The Punjabi dialogue spoken by Rashil's mother Harbinder Kaur, "Iha Ida Sharmili Nahi," should be presented in a distinct Punjabi accent with pronunciation guidance, followed by its translation in the main story language, Hindi, as decided by the author. Episode 1 concluded.